Today I'm going to be talking about a subject that I've dealt with for a couple of years now, but now I finally come to terms with, and that's about just going after what you love to do and make your movie, and don't wait. When I say don't wait, I'm talking about don't wait to have the right equipment, don't wait to have the resources, don't wait for anything. If you have a camera of any kind, go make a movie. On the last episode, I showed you my first camera. It was just a little mini DVD camera, and the camera I'm using for these vlogs is a Canon T2i. I've used it for years. I've had it for around 5 years now, and it shoots in great quality. It takes great photos, does great video. The camera that I currently use most of the time when I'm doing a film project or a video project or a music video project or whatever is I use a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. I've had this camera for about almost 2 years now, and I love it. It has its disadvantages, of course, but it's a great camera. The picture quality is outstanding, looks just like film, and it gives me the results that I need for what I'm doing currently. However, though, just because you probably don't have the cameras I may have or a camera that another filmmaker might have doesn't mean you still can't make movies. With the technology we have available today, you can make movies with any kind of tool. People use something like their iPhone to make a movie. They use their iPads, they use their smartphones, whatever they have, because it's what they have at their disposal, and it can produce a pretty decent picture. This past year, at the Sundance Film Festival, there was a little film called Tangerine that was entirely shot with an iPhone. And some shots you can tell, but for the most part, it has a very cinematic look because they took the time to color grade it, they took the time to have good quality sound and good quality lighting. So you can make a movie with any tool that you have at your disposal. So don't wait until you say, oh, I have to get this camera, I have to get that camera. You have the camera. Just go out and start shooting. For years, I did the same thing where I wouldn't make a movie until I had a good quality DSLR camera. And even when I got it, I still wasn't producing that much quality work because I was making up other excuses to not produce a movie. I don't have a good script. I don't have this piece of equipment. I don't have this at my disposal. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have that. Drop all that. I've done thus far around 12 to 15 film projects, and each one has a flaw of some kind, whether it be the sound isn't as good as it could have been, or the lighting isn't as good as it could have been, or the writing isn't as good as it could have been, the directing, the acting, whatever the case may be. The point is, though, you learn from those mistakes and you grow. But even the masters had to start somewhere. If you look at Stanley Kubrick's first movie, Fear and Desire, that film he made when he was 24 years old and did it with just money that he got from his uncle. And right before he passed on, he refused anyone to see the movie because he was ashamed of it. He shouldn't have been, though, because it showed where his growth as an artist had begun. This leads to another subject, whether or not one should go to film school or not go to film school. In my personal opinion, you could take it or leave it. I think film school is a great opportunity to meet different people who are like you. They're like-minded, they love to make movies, they love cinema, and they just have a desire and passion to make movies, and you build connections. I think the one thing that you can't get from film school is how to be a good filmmaker. You learn the great technical aspects that goes behind filmmaking, you learn how it works, you build the connections, but you don't necessarily automatically become an artist once you graduate. And I think that's a big misconception about going to film school. Film school does not guarantee you a job. I went to New England Institute of Technology, and it's not a film school by definition, but they have courses in film and video production. And I gotta tell you, as much as I loved being there and as much as I learned more working on the job than I did going to school. Since around 2010 is when I started working on film sets. I started out as a camera assistant. I did some production assistant work. I interned at Hasbro Toys production company, Cake Mix Studios. You name it, I probably did it. I probably did everything except hair and makeup. Ultimately, though, it's up to you as to whether or not film school is right for you. For some people, it's not right for them, and they learn better on the job. Quentin Tarantino didn't go to film school. Ultimately, though, my point is to not wait and don't make excuses as to why you can't make a movie, because you can make a movie. The biggest thing of all, though, is to give yourself room to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Use them as a growing tool. I've been doing this for almost 6 years, and I'm still making mistakes along the way. but those mistakes just help me get better and better as a filmmaker. So I hope this advice has been helpful. My point is to just pick up the camera and go and shoot. I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.